Hello, welcome to Happy Hour with Cooper. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Lillooet, and we are doing our special Mother's Day celebration. A happy Mother's Day to all the mothers on the channel. Because it's Mother's Day weekend, we're going to be talking about a very special wine at some point today. It's called our Sparkling X. It's our 10th anniversary wine, which we're really excited to talk about. And yeah, so that's that. We're also going to talk about the Riesling Reserve. Riesling Reserve is kind of one of the ones I've been really waiting to talk about. This is a Lillooet VQA wine, so that's pretty cool. It's apparently I can't be seen. Oh, hi Jeff, hi Paul, hi Joanne. Nice to see all of you guys. So you guys may or may not have tuned in before. For those of you who have, you'll know that there is a regular, frequent flyer, so to speak, my mother. Hi Kim, and my mother goes by the handle Mini Ma Cooper. I don't know if she's in the chat right now. If she's late, well, she's gonna get for a surprise right away here. I thought it would be nice, because we're doing Mother's Day, to give her a phone call while we're on the chat. We're not going to do like our media interviews or something. I'm just going to phone her on my phone. I think it'll be, that way I can kind of surprise her. She doesn't really know what's happening. So, if you guys are okay with it, let's give my mom a call and tell her Happy Mother's Day. She will probably end up seeing the chat, so if anyone wants to wish her a Happy Mother's Day, you can. I'm totally going to. So we're going to put her on speakerphone here. If people can't hear her, I'm sorry. We have never tried this version of the... Hello, Mother.
Hello, child.
You need to... I'm good. How are you? Can you put me on mute on your computer so that they can't hear me talk 3 times, please?
What do I have to do?
Just mute me on the computer.
Okay.
Turn your volume down on the computer.
Okay, go.
Good job, Mother. She sometimes can be technically skilled, sometimes. Well, I wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day and ask you what you're doing for Mother's Day weekend since your favorite son isn't around.
Well, I'll probably cook a nice dinner and have a nice bottle of wine.
Shouldn't your husband be the one cooking you the nice dinner?
Well, you know what he's like.
Well, tell him he needs to get on that barbecue of his and at least make a steak.
Okay.
So I wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day. I don't know if you can see Mom, but lots of people are wishing you a happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you everybody. That's so awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, partners. Thank you, Jeff.
That's awesome. So, okay, Mom, you have a wonderful evening. We'll talk sometime on Sunday because I'm going to wish you Mother's Day again because I am that kind of son. For everybody that doesn't know, we spend Mother's Day cooking every year. This is the first time I've ever been in a different city for Mother's Day, so it is going to be a different, a bit hard for us, but we will make it work. I love you so much, Mom. Have a wonderful weekend, okay?
Okay, thank you for calling, child.
You're very welcome. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody, for making her feel loved. You don't know, but she's probably blushing hardcore right now, which was the intent. So now that we've talked about Mom, let's talk about the sparkling wine, and then we'll go to Riesling Reserve. So the sparkling wine, we are giving away a bottle of Sparkling X today. So as of this moment, anybody who has currently been in chat and anybody who said a new person that goes in chat as of this moment will be entered in to win a bottle of the delicious Sparkling X. It is not available for sale at all. That is the last available bottle ever. So I have to say that. Jackie's asked that I say that. Disclaimer, at some point near the end of the segment, we will close the draw so Jackie can pick a name, and at the very end of the show we will announce a winner. So I'm super excited for that, but we will start off with our Riesling. This is a Riesling Reserve So the Riesling Reserve is 100% Lillooet grown grapes, and it was grown on our property. And what's cool about a reserve, why it's a reserve and not just a regular Riesling, is we pared back the vines and the growth in the vines, so there was a lot more, I guess, like more concentrated flavor going on, so we then also did a lot of natural ferments on this. So what that ends up doing is it makes it just a little bit more luscious, a little more aromatic, a little bit more complex, and the resulting wine that we have is very ageable. Rieslings can be very ageable. You tend to see sweeter Rieslings be more, high quality sweet Rieslings be more ageable, but this one being a drier Riesling also can be fairly ageable, and that's because of the way our winemakers treated it. So I don't know who has a bottle of this right you. Oh, Kim, you have a bottle of Sparkling X right with you right now? That is awesome. I didn't think anybody would have some left, but that is super exciting. Kim, you don't get any now. I'm joking, you're still in the running. So if anybody is drinking Riesling, I think, Jeff, you said last week you were going to buy a bottle, so hopefully you have some. This Riesling is definitely like a hallmark Riesling. You get apple and lots of acidity on the nose, a little bit of lemon, and then like kind of like a minerality. I've talked about graphite, not necessarily a graphite, but you get like a minerality and almost like a metally smell to it. And then on the palate, wow. So it's just, Rieslings can be pretty light, and this has that refreshing acidity, but it coats your mouth. It's got a bit of a body to it, which is, when you see a quality Riesling, when you see something that is ageable, that is what a hallmark of a quality Riesling is a bit of a, almost, some say an oiliness, like it just coats your mouth and it really creates a wonderful mouthfeel. Something you see more on Chardonnays than Rieslings, but in this case, it's doing a good job. So I'm liking to see some new people that I haven't seen before. Penny from Port Moody, and I think Joanne. I think I haven't seen you before. Nice to see you guys. And welcome back to everybody else who has been regular viewers like Jeff and Amanda. Really excited to see you guys all. I'm so happy to have a dedicated viewership, including my mother. So today we didn't really make a big deal of it, but I have coaxed our producer out from behind the camera, and so we're gonna bring Rolf to Bruin, our intrepid producer, our tech man, the other half of the Rolf and Helene duo. Welcome, Rolf, to, well, the place you've been every week for the last few weeks. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good? That's awesome. For the newer people, Rolf is the man behind the mask. He's the one that makes everything happen. He makes the magic happen for me every week, and I could not have done this without him. So I do want to thank you so much, Rolf. Like, I really appreciate everything you do.
Very
and yeah, so let's start off with saying, Rolf, who are you, Rolf?
Who am I? Very good question. I never know that either. It sort of depends on how I wake up, I guess. No, I am. I'm actually coming up to a big day. I'm turning 50 this year, as a lot of my friends and that sort of stuff are, and so it's yeah. So I guess I'm 50 years old, and I am originally from Holland, and I have become Canadian last year in the summer. So that was super exciting.
So you're officially Canadian. That's really cool. Congratulations to that.
Yep.
So what did they make you do? They make you like sing the national anthem, or?
Indeed. And the most interesting thing was that, and my daughter, who's now our producer, putting all this together, my daughter was there with me as well as my son, and Helene was off doing other things on that important day. But yeah, so we had to take the citizens' oath, which was really powerful. We had a number of people that spoke, and at some point we had to take the citizens' oath in French, and which was really awkward because my French is not really good.
Oh.
So we were asked to repeat after me and speak this thing, and none of us really knew what we were saying. So it's very interesting when you're being asked to say something that you don't really know what it is. So, but that was on July. So that's yep. So.
Well, that's really kind of cool. I don't get a lot of chance to ask about becoming a citizen. I was born one. It's not something you really know the process of, so that's really cool that you did it, and I'm glad that you're one of us. One of us. So I guess you've come here, we're Dutch, or are Dutch, I guess you're still Dutch, sort of. You've been put in the melting pot, you're now Canadian, you don't get any other identities. So we talked to your wife about how you got into wine, and I know your stories are very similar on that side. So, and she talked about how you guys came here. I want to talk more like what about your passions are now that you are, and kind of when you are, a maker of wine. What makes you passionate about it? Like, where does that come from?
Well, wine is so personable, and because it's very unique. There's a lot of different personalities that come from wine, and so we're trying to direct our assistant producer
to bring in wine,
to bring us wine, because we're sitting here with empty glasses. So
I'm just like clicking. So I had a
trying to provide some really serious answers here in the meantime.
Sorry, Rob.
My host is like.
Keep going, Rob. Keep talking about.
What was the question again?
About your passion.
Oh, my
What's
passion.
What's your passion here?
That wine is so personable. It is so it's personal in the sense that it takes the hand of the region, the terroir and the specificities of the climate, of the soil, of the aspects. But then it also takes on sort of the personality of the winemaker, and a grape grower, and ultimately all those things combined make it. And then it comes to a person that is gonna open that bottle, and they may enjoy it, or they may not. And the same wine can be enjoyed by someone and hated by the other. And I think that's sort of the. It creates color and diversity in our life, and I think it's if you look at other products or food or drink that we it's all the same, and this is all very different.
I don't think I could have said that better than myself. You really did. Kind of capture how I feel about wine too. So I think that's maybe why we get along. The passion for wine comes from that it's a social glue, right? It's cultural, and it's indicative of culture. Yeah. Speaking of a wine that apparently lots of people are passionate about, we have the Sparkling X. So would you like to pop the bottle, or should I?
If I may. I will. Shall I shake it?
Please don't. If he shakes it, I will get wet. I do not want to get sprayed by sparkling wine.
Is this the bottle that we're giving away?
This is the bottle.
Oh, that's the bottle that we're giving away.
This is the bottle we're drinking.
Oh. Well, good. It's Friday afternoon. It's happy hour. It is a little less romantic to pop it with a beer top, but. There we go.
Sorry, Jeff. We're opening the bottle, okay?
So this is all very COVID-proof. holding each other's glasses.
It's okay. Rolf and I are in each other's hair so often. It's
He's part of the family.
I might as well live with them at this point.
Can I talk about this wine?
I want you to talk about this wine. This is why we're drinking it.
Almost exactly a year ago, we celebrated here on the property our 10th anniversary. And so I forget which day it was exactly, it was either May 5th or May 6th or something like that. And someone reminded me, I think it was Penny, that it is a few days ago, it was the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Holland, and which is May 5th, 1945. We were liberated by the Canadians as well as a number of other armies that, so it May is always a very special month. With Mother's Day, with my mother turned 75, is going to turn 75 tomorrow, and so happy birthday, Mom. It's probably past midnight on that side of the ocean. So, but last year we celebrated in May our 10th anniversary. So we came up with a plan to make something very special at the time. And we had thought about making a special wine for the occasion, but our winemaker at the time, Danny Hutting, actually came up with the idea, why don't we make sparkling wine, which is one of his passions, something that he really enjoyed doing. And he came up with a very, very wonderful plan to create this wine, because what he decided to do is that he was going to take Pinot Gris from our estate vineyard, but not just from our estate vineyard, but from a very small section in our estate vineyard that Helene tends after. It's a little triangle close to our home, and Helene likes to go there on the weekend and prune or thin or do other things. And
that's really cool.
And then nowadays it's usually Ben or one of the other, or Merle, one of the people in our vineyard team that comes by and criticizes and says, well, you didn't do that correctly, because they're getting so experienced now these days that they tell her what to do now. But anyway, but it's so it's a little bit of Pinot Gris from that block. Then we decided to add some Chardonnay from the Fraser Bench Vineyard across the river from Jody Pulowski. She has
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody. Shout out to Jody. She has an acre of Chardonnay that she planted maybe 4 years ago, and we've been buying that. Very luckily, we've been able to purchase that fruit from her for the last few years. So we took that, and then the last part where the nice color comes from is from a little bit of Maraschal Foch from the Rochard vineyard from Christopher Rochard. And so Christopher Rochard's father planted a small vineyard along Rochard Road back in the 70s, and so some really, really old vines. So there's a little bit of that because Foch gives off a lot of color.
Yeah.
But look at that, it's beautiful. So that was our 10th anniversary that we celebrated, and I should put this away because I'll start playing with that. Yeah, so we had a big event here last year on the lawn. It was beautiful weather, like this, and my mother was there, and so we celebrated her birthday, Berens' birthday, and Mother's Day all on the same weekend. So that's now cheers to 11 years.
Cheers to 11 years. Happy 11th anniversary. And not just like that blend is not, that's off the beaten path. Like you don't see those three in a sparkling rosé or a sparkling wine usually, especially Maraschal Foch. Like that's but this is like I get like for a rosé I get like a chocolate right on the front, but like a just that dust, like when you open like a cocoa powder, but then there's like fruit and like red apple, and that's so nifty. I've never tried this before. This is because it is really hard to get your hands on. I've looked around. I tried to go to Whistler. I heard there's some bottles left there at some point. They're all gone. I can't find any bottles of this. I may have been a bit selfish in manipulating it, so I got to drink it today. But
it is beautiful. And we were like it's not made to age or that sort of stuff, like vintage champagne or millésimes and that sort of stuff. But it's certainly still very fresh. There's some really bright fruit here. We were afraid that was gonna tire out pretty quick, but I'm actually, after a year, it's actually quite lovely.
Like I said appley, and I meant appley. Like that is red apple. Like
Am I gonna be in the running for that bottle as well? No. Producer says no.
just like my mother cannot be, you can't either. No, nor Helene, nor Colleen. Nobody connected to the winery, actually, like we're employed by or family of, can win this. So our producer can't win it either.
She's underage.
Well, exactly. She's underage. Sorry, that's true. Oh, okay. Why did it do that? Okay. Apparently my computer doesn't like me anymore. Okay, Mom says, what? I'm so mad. Mom, you wouldn't like it anyways. This is not, you like things more full-bodied and robust. This you would find this a bit sweet in a way. It's not sweet, but you would find it sweet compared to what you drink. So, that's that. I guess we could ask you, Rolf, like, what is your favorite grape? What is your favorite wine to drink? It doesn't have to be ours. Varietal, like what do you get up in the morning and like crave if you're gonna crave wine? I know.
So I don't know. Helene and I are both big fans of Rieslings. We really enjoy drinking Rieslings, and so I would go with that. I think essentially anything that my wife opens is my favorite. And it may sound really corny and that sort of stuff, but when she went to sommelier's course back in, I don't know, 90 something or whatever it was.
A very long time.
Long time ago. She would come home from her tasting groups with like these bottles from Bulgaria and from Yugoslavia and from Italy, from unknown regions and that sort of stuff. And it opened my eyes. I was like, wow, at the time, the only thing that I knew was Sauvignon Blanc from Loire and Côte d'Aron. And Côte d'Aron was our go-tos. And so she basically, and she still has that curiosity about, trying this and trying that.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not as adventurous when it comes to wine. I have sort of my favorites, but she brings in things, and she's a really big fan of a number of different wineries that produce some really interesting varieties. So that's yep.
I know I've benefited from it because Helene likes to share her passion. So I've gotten to try some cool stuff that I haven't tried before. Some things that she'll have brought back or found other ways to get it. Things that were not available in Alberta, so it's been really nice to hang out with another Somm, which is we have a lot of fun talking about wine, not just ours, which is guys, it's the only way, like yes, please drink our wine all the time, but it's the only way to truly develop an appreciation of wine is to try lots of different wines. Ours mostly just drink ours to the regular, and then, once in a week grab other wines. Do you agree with that statement, Rob?
Oh, well, absolutely. I think there's a lot of different wine out there. It's interesting to sort of try different things at different price points. You're sometimes surprised with certain things that you're like, wow, that's really good value. And sometimes you buy some, you have very high expectations when you spend a lot of money, and you're like, ah. And I think it's for us. At a winery, it's important to try different things and be able to compare not just BC wine. There's a lot of other wine out there, but right now I think it's really good to support local. So we're doing our part supporting our BC wine partners, and I hope that a lot of people do. The restaurant sector and the wine industry sector are hit hard, as many other sectors. So the more that we can support each other in British Columbia, the better that we can come out of this crisis. And having said that, can I plug?
You can plug.
Okay. We are going to be opening the tasting room again, and so we're working post-COVID towards a post-COVID opening. It'll be a little bit different, and we're also going to open the kitchen at Fort Berens, and we're super thrilled to be able to do that. It is gorgeous weather. The patio outside is going to be super relaxed to sit, and we'll have lots of space. So we're looking forward to people that will venture from within their neighborhood and maybe a little bit further beyond their neighborhood as time passes. So we're really looking forward to that. And so it we're hopeful in these days, and I think that's we've done a really good job together to get this far.
Yeah.
And so small baby steps forward.
Yeah. So that'll happen. Hopefully that'll happen right away here. The tentative date for allowing restaurants open in BC overall is the 19th. They haven't fully solidified it, which is why we aren't going to solidify a date right now. But if it's the 19th, we will try and be open as soon as possible right after that. We do have to wait for Bonnie Henry to make an official announcement, but we are coming to your belly soon. Let's put it that way. So that's kind of, we've gone, kind of mixed our sparkling wine discussion with Rolf. So we're gonna say thank you, Mr. Rolf de Bruin. You're sharing that with me. You're sharing that with me. It's for both of us. He's petting the bottle, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Rolf. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're gonna do a chocolate mousse. I'm going to bring my ingredients over, so excuse me standing up, guys. Rolf hates it when I stand up, but I'm doing it anyways. This is pretty simple. This is like one of my favorite quick desserts to do, because it is just wham, bam, thank you, bam. I just heard myself say that. It may get loud, because I have to use an electric beater. So please guys, if I overload your speakers, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try and plug this in here. I swear it worked earlier. There it goes. Okay, please work. Mom says bye, Rolf, by the way. And Mother, to answer your question, I sent you some normal rosé, so it should be showing up on Monday, hopefully. So at least you can drink that on the deck, if not this sparkling one. Okay, red gold from Regifal, yeah, so I will definitely want to have a bottle of red gold on Sunday with you, Mother. And they don't want us to have to visit sometime sooner, okay. Sorry, I'm catching up on all the people speaking that I'm texting. I also see Jeff Ball saying, can we expect 12 next year? If we ever do another sparkling, we won't tell you we're gonna do it. It'll just appear. No promises, nobody knows what's gonna happen, but no promises. So let's talk about making some delicious chocolate mousse. So this guy right here is something that I've done for many different types of dessert. Sometimes I just put it in like a little dessert cup on its own, like a little mousse cup, or I make something where I make a hard meringue cookie crust and fill it with this. I've kind of manipulated it over the years. It's not a common mousse recipe because most people use egg to make a mousse. You use egg white to make it fluffier and firmer. Whereas I whip whipping cream and then whip it with cream cheese to give more structure. So we are going to start with I pre-melted it. So this is half a cup of chocolate melted. The better the chocolate chip, the better. Like a higher quality Hershey's, Ghirardelli, things like that. It just gets a smoother look. Now, I did cheat. There is about a teaspoon of olive oil mixed into this, and that's how you keep it from stiffening again after it melts. I've had, again, so half a brick of this normal cream cheese, cut into cubes and softened. This is gonna go into your melted chocolate mixture. So I've got a spoon here that I don't need. So you're gonna mix it, get it like really mixed. You kind of like, this is very similar to the process of creaming butter and sugar. You're just creaming chocolate and cream cheese, which sounds like a great idea to me. So what this does, this will allow it to mix into the whipping cream mixture better and create your mousse. If you don't mix the chocolate and cream cheese well before you add everything, it's just gonna end up lumpy, clumpy, and not very nice at all. So make sure you mix it really well. The warmer both your ingredients are, the better, but not hot. You don't want to cook the cheese, you want to melt the cheese, you want it to mix in with the chocolate, not to melt. But if you're, again, with your cheese, if it's too cold, it won't make like a paste like this. See this paste, guys? Looks kind of like cookie dough, to be honest. Just chocolate cookie dough or brownie batter. Brownie batter. Do I make good brownies? Okay. I've made brownies for our producers. So it looks, that's good enough. So we do want to make sure to have like the more of the chocolate mixture that actually ends up in the final thing and not just sitting on spoons and stuff, the better. So we're gonna move that to the side. You want to do that first because it doesn't really change once it's mixed together. Whereas with any kind of whipped cream, the longer it sits before you mix it in, it falls, because the whole point of whipping it is to aerate it and put air bubbles in it. I like this recipe again because it's pretty simple. It's all half cup. So half a cup of chocolate, half a cup of cream cheese, half a cup of whipping cream. Now, I don't have any really tall bowls here, but tall bowls are better because, as you see, as you're going to see, this may spray. Forgot about vanilla. As you'll see on most cooking shows, vanilla should not be measured. They say half a teaspoon, but you pour a little bit of vanilla in, just like that. Now, I love vanilla and I will put more in, but vanilla can be super expensive. Like, this is pure Madagascar vanilla. It's like $18. It's ridiculous. I don't know why I spend money like I do on vanilla, but I do. So, with whipping cream, most people will probably have already made it before. Vanilla and cream go together. You don't put the sugar in until it starts to thicken. That's not working. Hello. There it goes. Okay, so I have to sit down. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. I don't know what happened. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna not do this because it's just gonna make a mess and it's not working very well. So you get it to whipping cream state. You get it to fluffy whipping cream state. Once it's in whipping cream state, it's whipped, you're gonna fold it in here. It's gonna blend in, get it smooth, and you're gonna whip it again. When you whip it again, it's gonna end up looking like this. I froze this for 2 hours, and that's what I like to do with it. You either freeze it or chill it. Ends up looking like just this nice, wonderful, fluffy mixture. If you serve it right out of the freezer, it's almost hard like ice cream. which is fantastic if you want to make like a icebox pie or something, and like a no-bake pie. This is definitely great for like a ice cream style pie. We're also telling me to sit down, so I just serve it. I'll serve it like this, obviously not as dirty on the edges, but that's what it ends up looking like. It sets up nice in the fridge. The one thing with this is, like I said, taller bowl is better. Obviously I have a small bowl, making a mess, not gonna do that right now. So this is fantastic. I kind of, before I tasted the sparkling rosé, I thought, this might work good. Now I've tasted the sparkling rosé, now I know it works good. This is definitely not a super high calorie dessert. It's very light. It does have sweetness to it because of the chocolate. I didn't mention, but you can also use half a cup of Nutella instead of chocolate chips. You still have to melt that, but it has like a hazelnutty flavor, which is really cool. I guess any other, if you're a peanut person, I know they do like the Reese's chocolate spread. It's peanut butter and chocolate would work too. Again, it's just the same proportion. You can flavor this with whatever way you want. It doesn't even have to be chocolate. As long as it's like a thicker type of paste that goes in, and it just goes really nice. It's like sweet but creamy and fatty, and goes wonderfully with the acidity and sparkle of the wine. As of this moment, we should be done counting, and hopefully Jackie has finished her draw. Jackie, if and when you are finished your draw, please give me a call so that I can announce the winner of our draw. I will keep my phone right here so that when she does call me, we're all good. Look at my red phone. Sorry, 12. So while we're waiting for Jackie to to come up with her winner, our winner, let's kind of talk about next week. So next week I'm going to do, I think we'll delve deep into the red box. So we're going to do the Meritage and the Meritage Reserve next week, and that we will also have a cool guest. I think we had a guest today. So our guest next week is to be continued. Hello. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye. So you guys want to know who won? It might be I think it's the last person who spoke. It's Paul McLeod, everybody. Paul, so we're going to reach out to you and plan getting you your wine and get your information for shipping and stuff and get it to you right away. Congratulations, Paul. That's super exciting. You won bottle of Sparkling X. I'm not going to hold it because my hands are now chocolate on them. I wish I could also give you some chocolate mousse to have with it. You'll just have to make it yourself. To finish what I was saying before, there is another vineyard in town. Another winery, actually. And so we are going to definitely be interviewing one of the owners of the winery, Eckhart. And Eckhart is definitely one of the pillars of our community that's really helping build this wine region of Lillooet. So we're really excited to talk to him. I'm excited because I found out today. So that's next week on Happy Hour with Cooper. Please like and subscribe below. Share it to your friends. I hope everybody had fun today, and I hope everybody comes back next week. I love feeling like you guys are family, and I do feel like you guys are a family. So it brings me great joy to be part of this community. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day, and see you next week.